and welcome back. Hope that you are having a great week. For anyone impacted by any of the horrible natural disasters that have been hitting in the last couple weeks, our thoughts and prayers continue to be with you down there. We have not forgotten about you. For anyone who wasn't hit, thinking of you as well, don't worry. Today we are going to do like a really glam, like date night look. We're going out for like a dinner and party tonight, so it's a pretty dramatic eye, and I really wanted to try an eye look that starts with like a dark color on the bottom and works its way lighter. I've seen this look going around recently and I really like it. Usually we tend to kind of keep lighter colors in the inside or pack the mobile lid with a really bright color and then keep the darker colors on the outside. So this is really different, and you'll see as we go through the video kind of how we achieve this look. And also kind of inadvertently is like a little bit Halloweenish because it is kind of like basically black and orange on the lids with a really nude lip, and I will show you the really awesome new lipstick that I'm wearing that I encourage you to go out and buy if you are interested. So if you want to achieve this glam date night look, please keep watching. Okay, so to get started, I have already primed my eyes with the Urban Decay Eyeshadow Primer Potion that I always love. I've primed my face with the NYX Angel Veil, and I have set my face primer with the Gerard Cosmetics Slay All Day Setting Spray because I really want this look to last all night long. So now that we are primed, let's get into the eye makeup first. I'm just setting the eye with like a bone color on a Sigma E60 large shader. If you want to just go in with a translucent powder or a face powder, just to set that eyeshadow primer and to make sure that we have a smooth canvas to work on. Okay, so for kind of more the transition and top colors, I'm going to go in with my Tarte Protego Amazonian Clay palette, and first go in with the color Drive. It's kind of more that like neutral, like lighter tan color, just to kind of get a little bit of depth back into the crease. And I'm going to bring that up close to the brow bone. And just using back and forth windshield wiper motions with my Sigma E70 medium angled shading brush. Then going in with the color Crisp, which is more of that like orangey color, and I'm going to work that a little bit closer into the crease, but also slightly bring that up on the brow bone, again with the same medium angled shading brush, or if you have like a crease brush. Just gonna kind of work that in. I don't want too strong of a color, more just something that would be able to be used as like kind of the transition. Okay, so then I'm going to start packing a like dark smoky color onto my lid and kind of starting to work that up. I'm going to use this NYX Ipsy collab little eyeshadow trio here. Let's just start with the Sigma E55 eye shading and kind of start packing that onto the lid. Oh, this is so weird for me. I'm just so used to keeping the dark shadow on the outside. This is so strange. Okay. And I'm going to keep the color concentrated on my mobile lid, but bring it slightly up into the crease as well. I'm keeping most of the color, like I said, closest to the lash line, and I do think this will be dark enough. Okay, now that I've gotten a decent amount of color on here, I'm going to take that same medium angled shading brush, and there might be like a little bit of that orangey color still on the brush. I'm just going to use that in the crease on both sides just to kind of blend this out, and I think I'm going to probably add a little bit more color to the mobile lid, but I just kind of want to see where we are. Okay, I'm going to pack a little bit more of that dark like black shadow on. So I put in some of the Essence Extreme Lasting Eye Pencil Easy Glide and Waterproof a Waterliner in 06 Silky Nude. I feel like just because the top of the eye is so dark, it needs something to slightly brighten up the eye so it doesn't look so closed. Now for on top of the eye, was kind of debating between doing like a smudgy liner or a dramatic liquid liner. I'm gonna try and at least start with this one and see how I like it. The Liquid Kohl Waterproof Liquid Liner by Sepharine Botanicals. So it's like a liquid kohl, which is kind of cool. It's not as like kind of watery, as liquidy as some of the other ones, but I've used this once and it stayed on really well. So I'm gonna just try this, just kind of laying it. It doesn't necessarily glide as easily as a liquid liner, but it does go on pretty nice, and it's really jet black, which I like. And I'm just going over that with my NYX Epic Ink Liner, which is just a little bit darker and blacker. Now with the liner on too, I feel like the dark, like kind of black with the orangey is kind of making this feel a little bit like a Halloween eye, which I like did not mean it to, but just kind of has a little bit of that vibe in it. I'm gonna go in with my number 7 Stay Perfect foundation in the number Warm Beige, or I guess in the color Warm Bright Beige. I'm gonna pump that onto the back of my hand and take a clean, damp beauty blender and bounce that across my skin. And I'm going to be working in the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte on top of it. I love the Stay Perfect. I love how it makes my skin look, but it does not quite stay perfect all day. It just doesn't. It does not have the lasting power that actually either of the foundations that I reviewed in my last video did. I mean, even on Wednesday, I mean, granted, we were out doing live shots Wednesday in the hot sun, but it just did not stay all day. By the end of the day, especially, I came back to the studio. I had to like really quickly put my story together because we were like over an hour away for the event. And by the time I got back, I was trying to just like prep my like really quick like powder before I went on camera for our 11 o'clock. And I came back and noticed like almost all the foundation I rubbed off my nose and chin. Not happy. But if you're just wearing it for a couple of hours or you're not going to be out in the hot sun, this makes your skin look so amazing. But if you really, really need that lasting power, the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte or the Wet n Wild Photo Focus is really your way to go. Now, number 7 does carry a matte line, which I am going to be trying soon. I just bought like 3 shades though of their Stay Perfect, so I kind of wanted to use that for a little bit because it does look so beautiful, especially when you first put it on. And make sure to work that down into your neck. This color is probably just like starting to get on the edge of a little bit too dark for this time of year for me. I'm just starting to a little bit lose my tan, so I'm going to use some of the number 03 for the L'Oreal Infallible, which is just going to be a little bit lighter than this foundation, and same thing, bounce it into the skin. So the event Wednesday that I was at, which actually pretty much all week, we've had all of these like auto industry announcements, which has been really cool. Toyota is actually going to be the first American plant to produce a certain part for a hybrid car, which is really, really awesome because basically it ensures that the people that are making the like transmissions for regular gasoline cars now will kind of know this new technology. So, you know, if the market changes and it starts to not be, you know, gas cars aren't as popular, it's not like these people will lose their jobs like you sometimes see happen when certain technology is phased out. So it really is ensuring job security, which we love here, especially in West Virginia, where we do have a little bit of a higher unemployment rate. Okay, let's go in with the Tarte Shape Tape, light medium. Probably gonna have to pick up light soon, as again we get closer to winter. This is just this kind of that in-between time where if like everybody is mixing their foundations with different shades because you're kind of in between those shades as you're losing your tan. You know, make sure you're still wearing that SPF, of course, in your foundation or in your moisturizer. All right, let's set the under eyes with the Cover FX because I still feel like that is one of the best ones. This one in the Laura Mercier for setting right under the eyes, but I am going to set the rest of my face with my new Kick-Ass Instant Retouch by Soap and Glory. So just take a little bit of the Cover FX translucent setting powder in, I think this is in light. Take that in the lid with my Real Technique setting brush and work that underneath the eyes. Set the rest of my face with my Kick-Ass. I also just love that it's kind of like a banana powder too because it's just got that slight yellow tint to it. So it just really works to brighten the face as well. Okay, once everything is powdered down, I'm gonna go in with my Sephora contour palette. I'm just gonna take a little bit more of the actual like really more yellow banana powder on that same setting brush just to brighten up the eyes a little bit more because we are going to go in with such like a dark shade underneath. I just really want the actual skin itself to be really, really bright. Just underneath the eyes. Okay, and then I'm going to go in to contour. I'm going to take my Luxie 660 Precision Brush in the middle contoured shade and hollow out my cheekbones, the edges of my forehead, jawline, and my nose. Okay, for blush, I feel like we need kind of something that kind of stands up to the eyes, but also just gives us a nice kind of natural flush. I'm going to use the Stain In Fall for this blush, Longwear Blush in Pinstripe. I think I've used this one before on an angled blush brush. Kind of just feel like it kind of goes with this like fall look. Just kind of gently giving us a pop of color. And a little bit of NYX Matte Bronzer just to kind of warm up the face a little bit more. Okay, for brows, I'm trying a new product. This is the Maybelline Brow Precise. I was using the Define and Fill Duo. It had a powder end and a pencil end, but I found that like the powder just like didn't do a lot for me, and I kind of like that this had a built-in spoolie with it, and it's actually like a pretty nice spoolie. I feel like it really like grips your brow hairs. Okay, so this is in soft brown. We'll see how this color works. I'm just going to quickly fill in my brows. I'm probably in between the color soft brown and dark brown, but I feel like this is kind of giving me a little bit of a softer application of a softer brow overall, which I really like. Okay, just setting them in place with the Gimme Brow number 3. And before we go in and do lashes, I'm just gonna add a little bit of color to the bottom lash line, just going in with my pencil brush. Actually, first I'm gonna just highlight my inner corner, same white shadow with the same E30 pencil brush. Just in my inner corner, just to give it a little bit of brightness, just because it is such a dark look. Okay, and then going in with that almost black dark shadow, I'm gonna go in first with my Sigma E65 small angle brush, just because I really want to keep it close to the lash line first and see how that looks. And then use that pencil brush to kind of buff it out. Okay, and I'm just using a little bit of concealer on a small concealer brush just to kind of clean up the edges. Okay, so let's go in and do some lashes. I'm going to go in, I think my favorite, like, probably for this whole week has been the Ciate Wonderland mascara, or Wonderwand mascara. This is just a smaller size. It came in my Ipsy, but this one I think I may buy the full size, which I honestly, like, there's only a few mascaras. I do really like trying new mascaras, but there's only a few that I will actually purchase the full size of, but I love getting, like, in my Ipsy every month a different one and trying different ones. So if you have wimpier lashes, you're definitely going to want to go in and use falsies, just because this is such a dark eye look. But if you already have fairly full lashes, you can probably just get away with a coat or 2 or 3 of mascara. My Master Strobe Maybelline Strobing Liquid Illuminating Highlighter in 200. Okay, sorry, I just had to go and find it. I knew I had it in 100 as well. 200 is kind of like a rose gold color, and 100 is more of like a pinky shimmery. I think I might even kind of mix the two of them together. Okay, and I'm actually just gonna take my finger and dab a little bit of that. I just feel like the liquid kind of will fit with this look better. Sorry, I'm like flipping you guys off here. I think the liquid will just kind of blend into the look a little bit nicer. I'm actually gonna take my beauty blender and kind of push that into the skin too, so it kind of melts a little bit more. Just that liquid kind of gives it more of like a lit from within look compared to the powder, and it just kind of makes your skin look a little bit more like dewy instead of, you know, actually like glittery. Let's just finally go in and put something on the lips. This is the one that I really wanted to try today, but which we are finally getting to, the Maybelline Color Jolt Intense Lip Paint in 05 Stripped Down. But actually I am going to line my lips with Bella Piere Cosmetics Gel Lip Liner. It kind of feels like a normal lip liner, but it matches my like lip color almost perfectly. So I'm gonna just slightly overline my lips first. Okay, so now that I've kind of cheated the line a little bit bigger, I'm going to just put a little bit of this lip paint on. It kind of squeezes out from the middle, and then it has kind of this spongy little applicator, which is pretty cool. It's almost the exact same color. I'm gonna set it with the NYX Matte Finishing Spray. Alrighty, and this is the completed look. So it's a pretty dark, dramatic eye, but I really do like how it turned out. And it's really just like a simple nude lip to pair with it. So this is like really great if you're like going out for some like big event this fall, or just kind of want to do more of like a glam date night look. Hope you enjoyed this video. Have a great week. Please like and subscribe.